Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ironman to Terminator. In today's video, I'm going to be grinding all the way from a brand new Ironman profile to a Terminator, one of the best bows in Hypixel Skyblock. This means that I'm going to have to do Diana, I'm going to have to do Dungeons, I'm going to have to do Enderman Slayer, obviously, I'm going to have to do all the other Slayers. This is going to be a Magic Power guide, it is going to be an all-round early game Ironman guide. And it's going to be a mining guide as well. So if you guys, want to follow along with your own Iron Man series, or you just want something to put on in the background while you grind farming, then this is the series for you. And I would just like to take a very, very quick moment to mention that I now have a creator code on the Hypixel store. You can now use code MODCRAFT to save 5% and help out the channel greatly, because these videos take a very long time to make. So I'd really appreciate it if you'd support the channel. It does mean a lot, and it means I can make more videos like this. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the first thing I plan on doing in this video is, in this series, is unlocking all of the things that are time locked. So I want to unlock the Dwarven mine commissions so that I can do it more efficiently by doing the daily commissions. I want to unlock the experimentation table so that I can unlock enchanting, because I'm going to be needing Last Stand and Swarm and all of those enchantments. And I want to unlock the dungeons so that I can do my daily runs and get more XP. Along with that, I want to start doing a few mini things like, unlocking the chocolate factory, because there is a mix-in that increases your chance of getting a legendary Enderman pet, which I'm probably going to need for the series. I don't really plan on going for a legendary Ender Dragon, we'll see, but, with this series, I'm not really sure. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I know for a fact that over the next however long this takes, maybe even a couple of months, that things are going to go wrong, things are going to go right, and everything's going to get switched up. So the best I can do is simply work towards getting the items, such as the mining and stuff, and then see how we go along the way. So yeah, the first thing I want to do is go unlock the Dwarven mines. So let's go get a golden shovel, mine up some sand, and then go mine up some lapis and make our way into the Dwarven mines. Now, before I started this video, I did do some research, and by research I mean I went to a random void sepulture, the end lobby, and I just found a random Ironman player who was looking like they could kill the void glims pretty quickly. I found this guy, and I'm going to basically copy his setup for the time being, until somebody suggests one that's better. He has a Swarm Atom Slit Katana. Obviously, I can't use a Golden Dragon, and he had basically half Last Stand, half Wisdom, and one piece of Refrigerate on his Final Destination armor, so that looks like the kind of thing I want to be going for. Obviously, there are people in the comment sections and the people watching these videos that are way better at Iron Man than I am, and I would love some advice in this series. There are going to be times where I'm going to do things inefficiently or do them wrong, and if you guys want to give me some advice, I would really, really appreciate it. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Now, if you guys have seen any of my videos before, then you will know that the most efficient way to get mining level 12 to unlock the Dwarven mines is to actually get a efficiency 3 gold shovel, which is very easy to get. All you need is obviously the vanilla way you would get efficiency, and then just go to the enchanter and buy some XP bottles, and then you want to just mine here. As you can see, every single piece of instant mined sand is giving me 3 mining XP, so this is very much the easiest way to get it in early game. So yeah, just would recommend this, a little piece of advice. There's going to be so many tips and tricks along the way through this video, so if you guys are new to Skyblock, you're going to be learning a lot, so trust me, you want to stick around. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is obviously get the 15 resources. I've chosen to do lapis. There is some people that were telling me that redstone might be easier because you can buy it from the NPC. I disagree, because lapis is something I'm going to need for enchanting bottles, so that I can level up my enchanting, because obviously I can't buy it from the bazaar, and, I'm just going to need it in general, so I figured I might as well do this, and to be honest, the efficiency and the rates aren't that much slower. It doesn't take that long in general, so yeah. I just went over here, mined 15 lapis, and now I should be ready to do the quest. Okay, so now that I'm ready to do the quest, there's actually a few things I need to do in the Dwarven mines. The first thing is obviously access to mining, because, you need a mine to get all the lapis and everything that you need for the Terminator. But the second thing I need is combat 15, and I like to do this through glacites. People tell me that you can either do Enderman or whatever, and it can be kind of better, but in my opinion, glacites is the easiest and best way to do it. I was having some trouble with finding a good lobby though, mostly because I was streaming this, and I'm going to be streaming most of the content on this series, so if you want to check it out, I just stream on YouTube. But I was having, there's a lot of stream snipers coming in here and killing my mobs, which was taking forever. But yeah, I did my dailies, I did my glacites, and I got to combat 15. Because the way glacites work, you hit them with a pickaxe and you do 100x damage, so that's something to keep in mind. It's actually pretty easy to kill them, and honestly, it doesn't take that long to do it realistically. I don't think it's that long. It might just be because it was I was streaming at 2 o'clock in the morning and my brain was low-key fried. But yeah, so just do that. As you can see in chat, found your lobby, yeah, I was gonna stream snipe from day one. But yeah, so just gonna do the very basic things, mine 50 mithril, do an event or two, and then I'm gonna be getting combat 15 because that is my main goal right now. Okay, so As you can see, I do have 1,000 XP levels. Now, part of that stream sniping was people kept splashing me with XP. There's not really anything I can do about that. And, I mean, XP and Iron Man's kind of annoying. So, you know, like, it's a little tiny thing. All it's going to do is just increase the speed the profile grows at by, like, the tiniest bit. And there's not really much else I can do about this. Like, people are just going to splash me with XP. So, you know, it's just something, you know, like, I'm not super complaining, but it's not something I'm, like, actively going out and trying to do. So, you know, if it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? So yeah, we got the experimentation table up, which is really good because, you know, the faster we can get through these, the faster we can unlock more enchantments, the more damage I can do, and everything involving that, so pretty good. Next thing I'm going to do is, as I am now combat 15, is I'm going to go and do some dungeons. Just going to do some, like, a couple of floor 1, maybe entrance runs, just so I can get some dungeon armor and actually begin. My goal would also be to get, like, a bonzo mask, maybe a bonzo staff, not the biggest priority, and also to get kind of like, you know, like a balloon snake, just some decent armor. The main goal, like the end goal for this is going to be getting just like Shadow Assassin armor and a Livid Dagger, just so I can do like the early game, like just like spend tier 4 and that kind of thing. And then once I do that, I can move on to doing Void Glooms and move on to like mining and stuff. So yeah, current priority is just like getting to the Void Gloom Slayer and also doing my daily mining commissions and all that kind of thing. So yeah, we're doing a lot of things in little bits because it is just the most efficient way to do it. And it's also good to like get a feel. Like if I do a bit of mining and realize like, hey, like, you know, I just want to like get an idea because I have not done a lot of these things on Ironman before, so I don't know how difficult they are and I don't know that kind of thing. So it's good to know what everything is so I can make a game plan and plan around it. Okay, so like I do with every single profile that involves any dungeons, I think that the best weapon in the game for dungeons early game before, like anything before master mode, is a giant cleaver. And I will die on that hill. So what I did is I mined up a little bit of gold, I'm going to craft myself a cleaver, and then I'm going to make it into a hyper cleaver using a little bit of the money I have. Then I can enchant it, obviously using the XP bottles that came out of nowhere apparently, and I should be able to have a decent weapon that can actually do some pretty good damage. Now usually in dungeons, it's kind of hard to deal damage if you don't have dungeon armor already, but the super cleaver, which is a dungeonized item, does so much damage. Like, I know it's only the entrance floor or floor 1, but honestly, like, these floors are the hardest to get into because if you don't have dungeon armor, nothing scales at dungeons. So, yeah, I'm going to show you guys, once I enchant this, like, how good it is, and you're honestly going to be very impressed. It's going to give me access, hopefully, like, all I need is, like, some rotten armor or something. The big tankiness is going to come from getting a bonzo mask, and then from there I can move on to floor 3 or 4. I can, you know, maybe working on getting some dragon armor, we'll see what we want to do. All the way making my way into floor 5 when I can finally get some Shadow Assassin, and from there I don't even really need to do any more dungeons other than getting the ultimate enchants I'm going to need for my armor, but that is a decent distance away, so yeah. Let me get into the entrance floor runs and show you how good this is. Okay, so as you can see, I'm wearing prospecting armor with a bee pet, so all the damage really is coming from the weapon, and if we come over to a group of mobs, I'm trying to get some armor, so let's, oh my, okay, please, just give me like one piece of armor. Like, it's low-key not bad, you know what I mean? Like, it's not great, but in comparison to anything else, I don't think it's too bad. The only thing that could maybe be better is like a Dreadlord sword, but I don't even have one of those, and to be honest, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, like I'm pretty happy with this. Like it's genuinely, you know, if I pop my Berserker ability as well, I can like 1 or 2 tap all the mobs, and yeah, like you guys will see when I get an actual giant cleaver how good this is. It's also going to be good for Arachnes, which is going to be my main money-making method. I've got Combat 15, obviously that's how I'm in dungeons, and that's going to give me like 10 to 15 million coins per hour early game in Ironman, which is just crazy. So yeah, I should be able to buy all the items I drop, so that's not a concern at all. And yeah, now I can just go into trying to get a bonzo mask and trying to, you know, progress through the profile, because I've done the decent bit of early game setup that I needed to do. This has all taken like 3 hours, by the way. The Glacier Walkers took so long to kill. But yeah, I think it's a decent bit of progress for a 3-hour-old Ironman profile. Okay, so on my first ever floor 1 run, I got a balloon snake, which is obviously like, you know, I would have preferred if I got like a bonzo staff or like a bonzo mask, but that's still pretty good. So I'll definitely take that. That's very cool to see. So yeah, now I think what I'm going to do is go do my daily mining commissions, because it has been 24 hours since I recorded this. I'm going to go do my daily commissions, hopefully get like Harder Mountain level 3-ish. I'm going to do my my enchanting commissions, and then probably go and do some more floor 1 runs to hopefully get like, you know, a bonzo mask. I don't know if there's much else I want to do. Obviously mining is just one of those things that is gonna, I want to get mining like at least Harder Mountain tier 4 before I do anything involving that, and dungeons is obviously something that I can do right now, so that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, So let's get into it. Okay, so I just realized that I actually was missing one very important thing. Aside from like the mining and enchanting table doing daily, I actually do not have the hunting skill unlocked, and more specifically the way to get shards. And this is kind of important because like you just get shards from genuinely killing things over time. So it would actually be important if, as you can see, my game looks a little bit different. It's because I'm on 1.21, so I can go to the foraging island. So what I'm going to be doing is obviously going over there. I'm just going to make myself like a gold axe, enchant it. I think that the best axe early game is like the spruce axe and then eventually the tree capitator, but I'm really going to need like foraging level 12, I believe, to get to the Galatea, so shouldn't be that hard. Just going to grab this, enchant it with like efficiency 5. And then once I'm there, I can also get access to the salts and possibly even like sea loomies. I don't plan on doing like the quest line on Galatea because it does involve like a decent bit of money, which unfortunately I have like 320,000 coins on me, which will not be enough. But hopefully just through the fact that I can like unlock even like the common salts will mean that I can get just over time, like while I'm doing dungeons or whatever, I can unlock the attributes, which is very nice because like the skeletal one, for example, increases range damage, I think by like 20% max, which is like an insane amount. The tank zombie one and the zombie soldier and those ones also give like pretty nice stats, and you can combine them together in the future. I believe there's one for Arachne, and I'm definitely going to be doing Arachne, so that's good to see as well. So yeah, definitely going to be worth doing this, and just one of those things where, once again, like the earlier you do it, like me doing this on day one is going to be very beneficial compared to me doing it even later, so very happy I'm going to be doing it now. It is kind of inconvenient having to change versions. It does make me think that maybe I want to keep playing on 1.21 permanently. It just kind of is inconvenient to like switch versions every time, especially because OBS half the time doesn't even want to like connect. But yeah, I'm gonna go do these quest lines, come back, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, like sometimes OBS just doesn't connect, but I am on 1.8.1.8.9. Holy, we have the salt here, we have some sea loomies. I don't have the collection, but it does give me like a 1% chance, which isn't even that bad. And the most important thing is it gives me access to the hunting skill as well, so that's very cool. And yeah, so yeah, very, very nice. Time to get back to some dungeon gameplay. There's still a few things I want to do. I need to get like an aspect of the end. I need to do some mining. I need to get some dungeon armor. So plenty of things to do. And I guess there's only one way to do it, and that's to get to doing them. I also do need to make some money, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we have the garden as well. I just realized that like, because I'm Skyblock level 11, I can do the garden. All I want to do right now is just unlock the garden and then place down some potatoes and just kind of over time just slowly grow my potato collection, because the only thing I really think I'm going to need the garden for is like hot potato books. So I'm going to set this up early as well. But that's just about it for the garden. It's probably not something I'm going to like take too much effort into because I don't think I'm going to need that much money, and I'm definitely going to be doing more mining in this series, but it'll be nice to have, and maybe over time I'll need like a little bit of wheat here or something for like a crafting recipe, and it'll be good to have it unlocked. Okay, so right now I'm running some dungeons. The thing is, you genuinely cannot find good parties for like any of the early floors. Like, I'm gonna be so real. Like, I will genuinely spend time off stream trying to find an entrance party or a floor 1 party. It is just impossible. And I can't solo floor 1 until I've done a floor 3 completion, because that's how you get the item to do the solo dungeon run, so it's a bit of an inconvenience. Almost a catch-22 to be honest. So yeah, what I'm gonna be doing is going into these dungeons and trying to, in the future at least, when I can solo them, get the dungeon armor, such as like unstable, from doing those runs. But for now, I just want to get like some XP, you know what I mean? I just like while I am streaming, I want to take advantage of the fact that I can actually get a party in here. You know, maybe we'll go for like interesting, yeah, very interesting. Okay. As you can see, yeah, I just need like level up and stuff. Like, it's kind of the idea. Obviously, as I said, like with dungeons, the main goal here is to get Shadow Assassin armor so that I can do like a tier 2 Void Gloom, and also to get the ultimate enchants, which I guess I need about floor 7 unlock. Well, I guess I don't need Soul Eater, so maybe only like floor 6. But so yeah, I need to do a decent bit of dungeons in this profile as well. So it's good to get it done, you know, right now while I can. The quicker I can get into it, the better it will be. So yeah. Hopefully I get some good drops, but it is only floor 1, so we'll see. Cry over like a penguin? Or are we doing like... Oh my god, I got a Bonzo mask. Hold up. Wait a second. GG. First of all, GG. Second, GG. Thank you, Chortle. Holy crap. Okay, so with that Bonzo mask, it is probably now time to like go and make some money, I realized, because, you know, I can't even afford the 1.2 million coins it's going to cost me to get the Bonzo mask, so the best way to do this, and the way that I will always suggest to all early game players to make money, especially Ironman players, is to do Arachnes. Now, obviously, you can do whatever you want, but to me, it is the best money-making method. Doing 10 million damage is, like, the most important part. I mean, sorry, 10,000 damage, not 10 million. I definitely can't do that. Because that's the damage cap. I made a ton of videos on it, so I'm not going to go over it too much. But if you can find a lobby where getting top 5, like, you get top 5 every single time, and they are, like, skipping the text and everything, and they're doing everything, like, as efficiently as possible, you can genuinely make, like, 10, 15 million coins per hour with like a setup that I'm using. Obviously you will need other people in the lobby, but that's not that rare, especially because people are now doing the tier 5 tarantulas more often, and there's just genuinely like people doing like, maybe they're doing it for money, maybe they're doing it for XP, they're doing it for like spider essence, whatever reason. There's usually like a couple of lobbies that are doing these at a time, so it's not too hard to find it, and yeah, the money is insane. One unfortunate bit is that I don't have a booster cookie, which does mean that I can't get a gold potion, which means that I'm going to do less damage and, you know, just kind of be slower in general. But also, I don't get the scavenger coins, and the coins you get from scavenger are pretty good. Like, you will get, like, 2,000 coins per kill, which really does add up in the long term, as you can see there, but instead I'm losing all my money. So, once I get a gold potion and a booster cookie, it's going to go from, like, like, I'm probably making not a lot of money right now, to just making, like, that 10, 15 million coins. Very, very easily. So yeah, it's kind of insane. I was in a lobby where we were doing them in about a minute per boss, maybe even like quicker, like averaging like a minute max. That means that we were making like more than 15 mil per hour, like doing the math. Somebody did the math in my DMs and it was kind of crazy. So yeah, keep that in mind that it's kind of insane for money, and I would definitely recommend it. Now, whether you're an Ironman player or not, I would always recommend you salvage the armor pieces. For Ironman players, it's better because you can like get the spider essence upgrades because you can't just buy essence. And then for normal players, it's better because it actually makes more money to sell the essence to the bazaar than to sell the items to the NPCs. But yeah, as you can see, we got a decent bit of soul string here. If we actually sell this, we are looking at a decent bit of money, and especially enough to get the Bonzo mask. I actually checked, the survivability of the Bonzo mask isn't that good. Like, weirdly, like it doesn't give me more than the other armor sets, which was kind of surprising. Like, to be completely honest, I really thought it would be better. Maybe I'm missing something. I haven't fragged it or anything, and you know, I probably haven't really put in chance on it, but I just thought the Bonzo mask would have like more survivability. But maybe I was underestimating rotten armor, you know what I mean? Maybe that's like secretly a really good armor set. But either way, having it in general is a good item to have, and I'm very happy I dropped it because it does mean that realistically I can move on to floor 2. The only real upgrade that I'm going to be making to my armor before like floor, really up until floor 5, is probably just the unstable. That's what I did for the dungeons to Hyperion. I was genuinely just running like unstable dragon, and it was pretty good. So I guess we'll see on this series and see what upgrades I can make as well. There should be better stats overall thanks to the attributes update, but I haven't Ironmanned a lot of attributes, so I'm not sure how to get them, and I guess it's a learning curve for everybody. So yeah, if you're going to be using this initial part as some like early game Ironman guide, then there's going to be plenty of pieces of advice for you, so stick around because it's going to be good. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do now is grind up the money to get a booster cookie. Okay, so a decent bit of time later, probably maybe like 2 hours. I know I did say it makes like 10 mil per hour, but also did mention the fact that if you don't have a booster cookie and a god potion, it is very hard to get top 5. But I can now buy myself a booster cookie, which is very cool. Very, very nice. Very big upgrade. Honestly, like the fact that you can get a booster cookie this early on an Ironman profile is kind of insane. Arachne is just I don't want to talk about Arachne for too long because I always yap on about it, but I genuinely love it as a money-making method. All you need is the setup I have right now, and I was making great money. So yeah, this gold potion is so good because it will increase my efficiency in mining, everything but dungeons pretty much. It'll also probably let me one-tap Enderman, which is very cool because I will need an aspect of the end eventually, so that's also something I'm going to keep in mind. But yeah, for now what I want to do, right, is now that I have the gold potion and the booster cookie, I want to go back and I want to grind up enough money to buy another booster cookie, because obviously right now, like just in case I don't end up grinding more money in the next 4 days, which I don't think will happen, I'll always have the extra booster cookie there so that I can continue making as much money as I am, and I don't have to go back to like the initial money I was making. That was pretty bad. So just like kind of like some safety, you know, like safety precautions for later on. But yeah, Also, I got a grappling hook. I don't know if you guys saw. Because the Arachnes dropped so much string, somebody suggested I buy it, and it was a pretty good option because movement right now is really, really bad. I will have a gold potion soon, but before that, it's horrible. And as you can see here, the first lobby I went into had an Arachne crystal being placed, which is the one you want for tier 2s. So yeah, just all round pretty good. And yeah, it's been a pretty good it's been a pretty good day. I feel like we've had a pretty productive start to Ironman Determinator. I would love some advice though. That is my biggest thing right now, is if anybody is a good Ironman player and they have any advice, I would really, really, really request that you comment it, because this is my first time ever doing something like this. Obviously I did Ironman to Hyperion, but that was just basic dungeons and I know how to play dungeons. So please put your advice in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to use code MODCRAFT on the Hypixel store to save 5%. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye. Oh yeah, and on screen obviously is going to be either the next episode, or if I haven't released that yet, there's going to be 3 movies that I would suggest you watch. They're pretty good. Great background noise. So yeah, let's get on with it.